Let's be honest, Berlin is a terrible person. He's manipulative, narcissistic, and toxic. If someone acted like him in real life, most people would run away. And yet, people love him. Not just as a character. People are attracted to him. They call him charismatic, elegant, and magnetic. But why? Why does someone so emotionally unhealthy feel so fascinating to watch? And the uncomfortable answer is this. Sometimes toxic people are attractive because they are toxic. And Berlin might be the perfect example of this. I'm Dr. J and welcome to my channel. Toxic people are often extremely charismatic. Berlin understands something that most people don't. Charm is not the same thing as kindness. A person can be emotionally unhealthy and still be incredibly charismatic. And Berlin uses charisma like a weapon. The way he talks, the way he smiles, the confidence, the calm energy. Even when everything is falling apart, he acts like he is completely in control. And our brains are naturally drawn to people like that. Especially people who seem emotionally untouchable. Because confidence feels safe, even if it is fake. And Berlin knows exactly how to create that feeling. He doesn't try to look good. He tries to look unforgettable, and honestly, it works. Berlin is not attractive because he's healthy. He is attractive because he's certain. He rarely hesitates, rarely doubts himself, rarely looks insecure, and human beings are deeply attracted to certainty, even dangerous certainty, because most people are unsure of themselves. Most people overthink. Most people care too much about what others think. But Berlin walks into every room like he already owns it. And confidence like that become addictive to watch, even when it's destructive. And this happens in real life too. Sometimes people confuse dominance with strength, emotional distance with mystery, and toxic confidence starts looking attractive. That's why Berlin feels so powerful on a screen. He makes insecurity disappear for a moment. But here's the part that people ignore. Berlin is not just confident. He's deeply sad. Under all the charm and performance, there is a loneliest fear and desperation. Berlin romanticizes everything. Love, crime, pain, death. Because if life feels dramatic enough, maybe it feels meaningful. And honestly, that is what makes him tragic. A lot of his behaviors feel less like happiness and more like someone trying to escape emptiness. That's why he constantly needs stimulation, attention, intensity, passion, because silence would force him to sit with himself. And I think part of Berlin knows it. That's why some of his happiest moments feel strangely sad at the same time. Now, here's the most fascinating thing about him. I don't think Berlin is ever fully real. I think he's always performing. The voice, the speech, the elegance, the dramatic philosophy about life. It all feels carefully constructed, like he created a character named Berlin, because the real person underneath wasn't enough. And psychologically, some people do the same thing in real life. They turn themselves into a performance, because performance is more safe than vulnerability. If people love the performance, they never get close enough to see the real you. And Berlin understands that perfectly. That's why he always seems in control emotionally. Not because he's emotionally stable, but because the character never breaks, even when the person underneath probably already has. So why does everyone love Berlin even though he's toxic? Because Berlin represents something seductive. Confidence without fear, charm without vulnerability, intensity without limits. He says what he wants, he does what he wants, and lives like consequences don't matter. That kind of freedom looks exciting from the outside, but underneath all that charisma is about someone who is emotionally lost. And maybe that's why Berlin works so well as a character, because he's not just toxic. He's lonely, theatrical, emotionally broken, and incredibly good at hiding it. And that combination is hard to look away.